Hello again, everyone. This is Jen with Creative Consciousness, here to tell you about my experiences from Master 2, Day 3. It was a good day. Well, first of all, you're probably not going to get this on the day that I'm actually making the video because my video from Day 1 only just got uploaded, so it's going to be a little bit behind schedule. But anyway, I'll just share my experiences however you receive them. We started the day talking about the ego and how it likes to protect itself. And in doing so, you know, when the ego tries to protect itself, it doesn't let another person in. And then the cost, of course, is that we don't truly connect with another person. So that led into talking about connection. And you know, as you can probably sense, connection is something that can't be forced. It can only be allowed. But in order for that to happen, you have to be open to receive another person, and another person has to be open to receive you. And yeah, the identity, the ego doesn't like that, because then it's, you know, the little sirens go on. Someone's getting too close. Someone's getting too close. I might lose control. You know, the ego likes to have control. So, and that's obviously very, very true for me as well. I do tend to keep people at a distance because I don't maybe trust them fully. And then of course I also feel that if I give too much, then I might lose my power and my control. So we did this exercise in which we, were across from another person and we gazed into each other's eyes. Eyes are so beautiful, really. They're so beautiful. You see so much in a person's eyes. And so what we did was, we were, of course, gazing into each other's eyes. And as we were doing so, one of the trainers said, as you're looking through the eyes, they're saying, let go of any notion of space. Let go of any notion of time. Let go of any notion of the physical body. And let go of any notion of identity. Yeah, and doing that, I really there was just, and it was funny because with different people it was different, but you could always sense that moment where the connection happened. You just saw the shift, and all of a sudden it was like you really connected with that person. So that was really powerful, and it actually felt really good, to feel safe and to connect, to feel safe enough to connect with someone. Yeah. So that was really nice. We also talked about compassion, which is a subject that for me, I realize I tend to be a very emotional person, as well. Most people that know me would, understand I'm a pretty emotional person. I tend to wear my emotions on my sleeve. And I kind of pride myself in getting people, I understand what they're feeling. But the problem is that I was mistaking compassion, true compassion, with empathy. So, like I said, I'm very good at saying, "Oh, I understand you. I know where you're coming from," and I do. But really, true compassion is actually requesting the best of someone while also understanding what they're going through. So I was getting the second part and understanding what people are going through, but I wasn't requesting the best of them and putting them back into their power. So we did this exercise where we, figured out what kind of context and what kind of stand could I have for that person that would put them into a place of power. And so my stand was to trust that person has all the answers they need within them, and I don't need to provide anything. They already have what they need within them. and just helping them, taking a stand to cause a definite difference in that, and them understanding what their power is and how they can actually help themselves, in whatever situation they're in. Yeah, so that was pretty powerful. And I realized that my emotional side and my empathy is good, but it's not helping people the way that I would like to. So that's something that I intend to change. So we talked about compassion, and then, well, if you've been listening to some of my other videos, you know that I've been talking a little bit about the power of our word, and that the whole thing about creative consciousness is creating the context and creating the circumstances of your life and your own reality to get what you want out of life. But the thing is that your power to create directly is equal to the power of your word. So if you are breaking your word and not doing what you say you're going to do, that drains your power. And, so knowing that is good, because, that can help you to be, more impeccable with your integrity. However, there's always going to be times when something happens and you break your word. Maybe you say you're going to be somewhere at a certain time and you aren't, or you say you're going to do something and you don't. So there's inevitably going to be some point in time where you break your word. So what do you do then? Because then, your integrity is lessened. So what we talked about was the integrity recovery process, which is both for other people if you break your word to another person, but it's also if you break your word to yourself. If you promise yourself you're going to do something like, I'm going to eat healthier, or I'm going to do this or that, and then you don't. Because the subconscious remembers that. And it doesn't let you off the hook until you recover your integrity. But the good news is that there's processes for that, which we talked about today. Because when you have these sort of incompletions in your subconscious, they take up space in your mind and end up, draining your energy. And so you're, in the back of your mind, you're thinking about, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. And so it's taking up space in your mind and energy, of course, from you in general. So it really is actually, I got a lot greater appreciation for the importance of both integrity and for recovering that when you do inevitably have those breakdowns. Yeah. So those are the main things we talked about today. We really focused a lot on the emotional body, which in creative consciousness we focus on the 4 different bodies, and there's the physical body, of course, which is, as you would imagine, the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, and then also the spiritual body. So we focused a lot on the emotional body. So it was a good day. Got out some good emotions, a little cleansing there. But also those are good days because they kind of make you feel something here, which is nice, which I love. So it's a good day. And yeah, there's only one day left. So I'm really looking forward to it, and kind of sad that there's only one day left, but I will definitely share what I get from that day, although it might be a little bit later. Well, like I said, this whole series is going to be a little bit off because the internet is pretty slow here. So at any rate, whatever time you see it, I'm sure it will be super compelling. And yeah, that was my experience from today. I will look forward to sharing my experiences from the last day. And stay tuned. I'll talk to you soon.